Okay, so you're gonna notice something's a little different, and we're on a different day. So I've been like talking about doing like a variety day thing, and so the variety is either gonna be a different game, or it's gonna be me talking about my hyperfixations in the form of it's either gonna actually be like a thing, like a slideshow like this one, or it's just gonna be me literally just keeping a picture there, and y'all just gotta listen to my ramblings like a podcast type. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the topic is. I'm going. The reason why I decided to do like a whole slideshow for this one is because what do you call it? The reason why I decided to do a slideshow for this one is because I'm thinking of like actual like ways that I would change things about. So I hope y'all enjoy. I'm hoping someone finds this entertaining at the very least. I just got free will. So yeah, let's begin. Oh, Kayla's here too.
Hi.
Kayla's here too. Because she's there to help keep track. Because half the time I was watching the movie and being like, I do this. And then she's there to either help remind me or to also give her thoughts and opinions. So yeah, so let's begin. So I watched Rebirth finally. I think it came out 2025, but I've only watched it now because Showmax, for the time that it was still alive, had it. Showmax is gone now. If you're not a DSD subscriber, it's a streaming platform for the non-South Africans. It's a streaming platform. Now it's gone. But it had it, so we were finally, let's watch it. And so I watched it being like, I could be better. I have thoughts and I have prayers. How do I do? Okay, yay! But yeah, this is I'm getting used to it being on my phone. This is a PowerPoint on my phone, so I'm getting used to this. So obviously, all fun and games. I just have opinions, and I like to talk about them. This is all just fun and games.
I like to talk a lot about them.
Yeah, this is all just I have free will and a recording device, and all. I'm just a dude with a phone and headphones, and all. So I'm just a little dude with free will. I'm just a little guy. And as you can see with my drawing, I'm just a little guy. I loved Jurassic Park since I was a kid. I've loved horror movies since I was a kid. Like a Christmas movie to me. And after my Christmas movies were literally when we were babysitting our one aunt's house. No?
Yes.
I couldn't remember what the word was.
The house and the dogs.
Yeah, babysitting the dogs in the house. And so the one night I didn't sleep for Christmas. I just watched movies. And so that was the first time I ever watched what do you call it? Interview with a Vampire, the Brad Pitt version, because this is when I was a kid, so this was like somewhere in the early 2000s. And then I'm Dead or Alive. It was like a zombie cowboy movie, and honestly, from what I remember, it was good. But don't trust me because obviously I'm remembering this from when I was a child. I don't even think I was double digits yet. I was like somewhere like, let's say like I had sentience, so let's say 6 to 7. But I've loved horror movies. I've talked about this before where I love a horror movie, I love a scare, and I love dinosaurs. So this is just me. Like I thought when I was gonna watch this movie that it was gonna be they were gonna do an actual Jurassic horror movie thing. And I was wrong, and I'm very sad.
It was like we thought it was gonna be like the way they did the first Jurassic World kind of thing.
Yeah, or the very
where they had that Indominus?
Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex was like the main feature. Yeah,
but we'll get to that as we will. I just gotta remember what slides are next. This is just me forgetting shit. But yeah, so this is just me, my opinions, and all. This is just a silly little haha, and all. This is just me with an opinion, and I wanted to share it because I didn't know: am I actually smart or am I just dumb? But with a loud voice. Yeah, comment. Yeah, where you go? This is one of those things where it's like, am I actually smart or am I just gotta like a, what do you call it? Ascending to godhood? You're just dehydrated. So yeah, so obligatory like spoiler warning and my little drawing. I hope you guys think they're cute. I thought that I'd make it like radioactive looking and all. That's why it's got the colors that it is. But obviously spoilers for the actual movie Jurassic World Rebirth and like the other park and world movies because I'm going to reference them and all. There you'll see them in the. I'll be specific when I reference and all. And obviously in the first this movie referenced a lot with Jurassic World. Now I'm going to get them confused. Jurassic Park. Yeah, the actual Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park, they referenced it a lot with a lot of the shots. So either way, there would be a spoiler for the previous movie. And if you haven't watched it, obviously, if you haven't watched, this is not meant to be one of those, this is a summary kind of thing. This is just me I'm going to assume you've watched the movie, and I'm going to give little guy opinions and all that.
Showmax won't let us watch the movie again, so we can't do that.
Yeah, so I don't want to just like have the Wikipedia scrolling up. And also, I'll give you like the rundown and of certain things to give context. Obviously, if you haven't watched it in a while, if you watched it when it came out, I'll give you stuff. But at the same time, this is not a summary video. This is just me having an opinion. But yeah, the characters, I've put them into 2 teams. I didn't know really what to call like the Scarlett Johansson team thing, so that's why I just called it the Parkergenics team, because they are there with the intention to do stuff for Parkergenics, and then family plus boyfriend, because I didn't know whether to just say family and then just keep the boyfriend there. And all, but yeah, the screenshots, I just screenshot the movie's IMDb, and all because I didn't want to, the what do you call it? I couldn't, if I correctly, Showmax before couldn't let you like screenshot a thing, so, and I don't know how people get crystal clear pictures and like edits, however you get that, someone please tell me, because I have no idea. Oh, because I have a lot of questions about like how to get like clips and stuff. Well, they're like not ADHD, like these 1080 the clips, and I don't know how that works. So that's why you're gonna get like me taking a picture of my phone and all to get some clips and all to know for the Jurassic Park 2 references. But yeah, so Zora correctly, Paul Spec Ops, and all that, Duncan Kincaid, he's basically the boatman, and all he's the wheelman, but the boatman, and all that, Dr. Henry Loomis.
Spec Ops also used to be Spec Ops.
Also used to be Spec Ops. Henry Loomis, and all he's the expert. He's the dinosaur guy, and all he's the our expert of the day. He's the dinosaur guy.
He was Malcolm.
He was Malcolm or Grant. Apparently in the movie he said that he worked with Grant.
Oh really?
And all someone I got him. Yeah, someone I was watching someone's video about because I know I've watched Amanda the Jedi's video. Shout out to her, I love her. And I watched her video for forever ago when the first movie came out. When the movie first came out, I watched it, and I remember her. I think it was her or someone else. Also, I've been watching a lot of edits now that I've watched the movie. I watch a lot of edits, and the editors really know how to make it actually a horror movie. But he's like the expert guy. He's like in the third Jurassic Park movie where they got Dr. Grant and all. He's the Dr. Grant of it all. Krebs, farmer rep. He's meant to be evil. And I feel bad. Okay, back to Loomis. And I feel bad because I watched the whole movie. I watched this whole movie.
The minute this poor man, stop laughing so they can hear me. The minute this poor man comes on scene, this chaotic menace is like, he's evil. He's gonna be evil. He's gonna be the whole time.
Because I didn't trust he seemed too innocent. He seemed too innocent, so I thought...
That would have been a good storyline.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a plot to... Oh, I should have had that as a little... But yeah, well, it's the characters. I'm talking about the characters. So this is what I thought for him. And when I first saw Loomis, this guy over here, and I didn't know I could do that. When I first saw Loomis, and I thought, oh, he's too innocent. There's going to be a plot twist where he's somehow evil.
It would have been so good if he was evil and the Gen X guy was good.
Yeah, like somehow the Gen X guy actually was a good person, and all the farmer rep, and all, but evil farmer rep.
It would have been too much politics if they made the farmer rep good, because farmer reps are evil.
Yeah, true. They had to be like, yeah, let's let this man let a child drop into the water because she's a teenager. That's a child to me. And let's let this child drop into the water. Now we know he's evil. I thought he was evil before that.
As a priest, lawyers and pharmacy people go to hell. Jesus cannot save you. Big
Matthew Murdoch.
No, he goes to heaven.
Oh, because of the Catholic guilt?
That too.
Yeah. And then Nina, Rip, I didn't even know you had a name, respectfully. And all because, of course, the three people...
They did her death so dirty, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they did her death really dirty. We're going to talk about it, properly and all that. But the way that they did...
Like, if she was holding onto the stuff, right?
Yeah.
When the thing... It would have been funnier... Sorry, not funny, but it would have been better if she was holding someone's hand. Like, if someone's trying to pull her out of the water or something, or at least holding onto the luggage. But it was just kind of, she's being dragged off by this...
Yeah, because I didn't realize she was dying for a second, because my brain's just sort of like focusing on other stuff, and I didn't even realize she was dying until like, Nina, and like pulling her, and then like, oh, that was quick, two already, in the most boring way possible, two already. And another thing, okay, Ed Screen, Bobby Atwater, the character Bobby Atwater, and someone made a good point in one of the comments for something, where it's like, this man must have the arm strength of a god, because he's holding on. They wanted that trauma for the child or the teenager? And it was one of them. Yeah, the child. And they just wanted the trauma for the child because he's holding onto the thing where he's holding onto the door while one of the Spinosaurus is pulling at him, and he's still like attached. And he's still attached. He died, obviously, but he's still attached. And then
if he got pulled, his arm should have been like still stuck there. You know, like,
that could have been cool. Or like he loses half his body because it's like half of his body.
Yes, like that could have pulled in half, like the second movie with that guy. That tried to you guys
the two T-Rexes.
Yeah, with the two T-Rexes when they pull that poor guy apart. That would have been good.
The Lady of the Tramps version.
And then he just like drops to the floor and like dies. That would have been good. I'm sorry, guys.
That's why we're making this an actual horror movie. How are the ones we watched as kids actually the somewhat scary ones? I think it's probably because of all the practical effects they use. They weren't afraid to like show stuff up.
If you're in the movies, please, practical effects. Some CGI is good, fine. But come on, guys.
The dinosaur should still be around. T-Rex should still be around. Bring her back.
Yeah, where's the T-Rex like roaring in the background?
Yeah, they just showed the cat version of a T-Rex.
It's supposed to be like the D-Rex roaring in the background, but still, you gotta put the T-Rex more in there.
And then the Leclerc. Honestly, I liked Leclerc's death. I know I liked the guy that was on the with the ropes.
The pterodactyl thing.
Yeah, I liked that one because they're like, the hope in our eyes, and like, he's still alive, and then the just baby birding it, and the poor guy was still alive when he went in because he went in without chewing or anything, so he died to the acid.
Like that was good. That was really good. That was a good death for a horror.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminds me of the first movie, the first Jurassic Park, where she's in that like is it Ellie? And all the girly pop.
Yes.
And all she's the older girly pop. And all she's in that like where they keep all like the computer related stuff.
Yeah.
And she's in there and like she backs up and then the hand goes on her shoulder. And then Samuel Lewis's Samuel L. Jackson's character.
His character's arm falls on her and it ends up being a raptor.
Yeah, and it's just a severed arm. Yeah. And she's like, Doc, whatever, I can't remember his name. And all it's so great to see. And then it's his arm. That would have been that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
That's what it was so good. Honestly, I liked his death respectfully.
I think it's also taken a bit from the was it the third movie with where the kid the pterodactyls grabbed the kid in the third movie to be fed to their babies, and then that other character, the guy, came and saved him.
Billy,
yeah. Billy came and saved him.
Okay. And then obviously the family, I feel bad for the family and all. But
Just on a boat trip.
yeah, they were just on a trip. But also, you're stupid. You're stupid.
So stupid.
I spent the whole time, and when I first saw him, and I saw that there was dinosaurs and all, and I knew that there were dinosaurs in the water, I'm like, this man's a fool. This man is a fool. Because why are you taking your kids on a trip where you know that the waters are you're gonna go near the waters, or at least the border of the territory of the dinos? Yeah, you're crossing through the territory. Either way. And all, you're going near the water. Hell no. Hell no. As someone who's afraid of deep water where I can't see anything, hell no.
Go on a cruise with us.
Yeah, I don't like boats. Boats scare me. They're scary.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I know that, but honestly, it's a fact that these characters, I knew none of, especially after they redeemed the boyfriend by letting him jump in. Before that happened, after he jumped in to save his girlfriend, and before that I thought, oh, they're definitely going to sacrifice him. And because they're making him an asshole, they're going to sacrifice him. And then no, they made him a good person.
He wasn't like that, but he was just useless. You know?
Yeah, I just don't like useless people. I know. I just think if you're gonna go on a trip with someone, with like someone's family, especially your girlfriend's family, and it'll be useful. And as someone who just can't, if I see like I've been over to my friends' houses and all, I see someone's doing dishes, ma'am, auntie, do you need help? And all, auntie, do you need help with anything? And all, I couldn't even eat.
You can sweep the floor.
Yeah, I couldn't even eat food without being like, ma'am, do you need help cooking? I can help with dishes. I can help pick up the dishes. And all, as someone who can't who feels bad whenever I'm in someone's house and eat someone's food, and all, like it's just a me and anxiety thing. This is not something put into me, and this is not something someone put onto me. It's just me and my anxiety. And all, I just
and you wonder why the parents all loved us when we were doing all the chores.
Yeah. What do you call it? So that's why and then he jumped in to save his girlfriend. That's Teresa. Sorry, yeah. I can't pronounce things. Kyle 19 never learned how to read.
Such a good scene though when he jumped in after.
Yeah, because they redeemed him. That's why I thought he was being like he's like the asshole boyfriend. That's the trope.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to happen, and he was going to die. And but then he does this. He redeems himself, and then when the little girl like fell and he caught her, and when they went sliding, he also caught her there.
Yeah.
And also I was like, oh, they're not going to kill him. They made him a good person now. They're not going to kill him.
Like my favorite scene in the movie actually is with the boyfriend. He goes to go pee. You remember the scene where he goes?
Oh,
to pee? The raptors are coming to eat him, and he's like turned away, and that like pterodactyl thing came and like ate the raptors, and that was so good. And he's like, I'm not looking.
Yeah, that's at least the comedy aspect. I will forgive them for not killing them.
That was such a good scene. If they had more scenes like that, it was so good because it was so funny.
Yeah, it's the comedy bait and switch of you're thinking, oh, he's gonna die. Oh, okay. He lives.
Like, you're ready for this action scene of him, like, running away from these things. And meanwhile...
he lives.
That was so good.
But I knew every single one of them, especially after the boyfriend got redeemed, I knew every single one of them plot armor. They're too much of a coward to kill a child. Oh, they kill the children. No one clip me out of context, please.
Clip it.
What do you call it? Because I'm just like, oh, are they really not? They added a child, it's gonna live. Oh, because except for the second Jurassic Park.
The child was okay.
Yeah, it's implied that the child was just injured, like she wasn't dead in the killed in the second Jurassic Park. And I think Jurassic World, they never explicitly showed any children dying in Jurassic World, in any of the Jurassic World movies. No. It was always just sort of like things happening, but there's no explicit.
Which is worse, they killed a dog in Jurassic Park 2. Remember the T-Rex ate the dog?
Oh yeah, when it went onto the mainland.
I'm sorry.
Can you tell we're childless? What do you call it? But I knew them.
Dogs.
Yeah, but human children.
Yeah.
What do you call it? But it's the fact that this family got introduced, and I was like, yeah, they're not killing them. They're not killing them. And I knew them, and I saw.
It would have been cool if they did kill the dad. I'm sorry, I love the dad. I love the actor.
Or after they redeemed the boyfriend, kill him too.
That would
like if he sacrificed himself for like the little girl.
No, I would have loved it if he sacrificed himself for the dad.
Oh yeah, so because the dad hated him.
Imagine that.
Wait, that actually would have been good.
They're just about to escape, and he like jumps in front of the dad to save him, and he's like, "I've always loved you," to the girlfriend, not the dad.
That would have been a plot twist. But yeah, so that's like the characters and all that. I don't know what Leclerc actually. It's respectfully to Nina, Leclerc, and Bobby Atwater. It's the fact that Bobby's he's the first one to die, but he's the only one that has a full name and all of like the characters that died.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact that after Nina, Leclerc, and Bobby, and then Krebs and all those are the only people to die.
Checking the name. Yeah, you know what? Because Nina and Leclerc were so close, it would have been much better for them to die close together because you see them like playing around and having fun in like the kitchen and that kind of thing. So it would have been better if they died closer together. That he was the one that was there holding her hand.
Oh, if they had like you know what? Also, like the where we were talking about like you were talking about the Spinosaurus. Remember the third movie, the Spinosaurus and the plane where the pilots was like on top of the wife, what's his face's wife,
like, dragged out, holding onto the wife pretty much. That would have been good.
Or if they did something like that, also with Bobby's death and all that, with him being pulled out, and like maybe like someone's trying to grab him and all that when he's getting pulled out, like that would have made more sense if someone was trying to grab him and help him rather than him like holding onto a door for Bobby's character. That would have also made more sense.
It's like I'm so sorry about like Bobby and Nina, but I didn't care. their deaths just weren't.
Yeah, they never gave us much. Even with Leclerc and Willard, respectfully, they never gave us much.
Nothing against the actors. They did what they
The writers didn't write much for them.
Yes, and I'm sorry, writers. I know you're not paid enough, and I feel for you, but... Yeah,
they didn't give enough of like a backstory or anything like that to them.
Yeah,
and there's nothing for us to feel anything towards them.
If it's a small group like this, you've got to give more of a connection for us. If it was a bigger group, yeah, that's fine. Like Jurassic Park 2, where they had that big group. But even then, you did feel connected. Like that guy that got eaten by those little ones, those little dinosaurs. Remember that horrible guy? That,
I know.
He always plays a bad guy. That character,
compies.
Yeah, and he got eaten by the compies. There was a connection between him being mean to that one compy and his death. So even though we didn't really care about him,
there was a build-up.
There was even the other guy with the headphones that was supposed to watch out for him. There was a kind of build-up to his death, so you felt something about their deaths.
Yeah, you knew something was going to happen to him because of you saw the guy with headphones that he told, "Hey, I'm going to go pee and all that. Watch out." and he's got headphones on. Oh, he's got his AirPods in and all that. So it's one of those things where it's just I'm not going to feel much about their death at all. If it's just a quick, like it's just one.
We've been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah. I'm probably going to speed this up. Well, this is basically what a podcast is, isn't it? Well, that's going to be what some of the videos are like. It's either going to be like this with high effort, or it's just going to be me being it depends on how much rage I have. Because I'm going to talk about the two characters from the one manhwa, the one webtoon, and all that have rage baited me every time I see them. I'll get back into that. Stay tuned for more.
Maybe let's go to the next slide.
But yeah, so ultimately, at the end of it all, the bones were like good, but it didn't actually, like, I don't call it a horror. It's not really a horror movie to me because there's not really much horror actually going on. And even as a thriller, sure, and all, it's the thrill of like the dinosaurs. But once you know, okay, yeah, there's the evil character. We've already gotten our lots of like deaths and all, but and there's an evil character who's probably going to die, and all. There's not really much to like really be like horrified about because I know none of that family's going to die. And I went through that whole movie knowing none of them are going to die, and I felt no terror. Even with
them and Scarlet were going to survive at least.
Yeah, and the maybe the doctor dude and all that. Even though I was hoping for him to be evil, it's right. And the way that they used the D-Rex as well. The D-Rex wasn't used enough.
Yeah.
And I think I'm talking about, I'll talk about, I got a slide for that.
Like,
I got a slide for it.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like the Indominus Rex, like the Indominus Raptor. Like, even what was that Jurassic World with the locust?
But yeah, so it's basically, these are what we would do with the movie and all that. So this is what we do with the movie. And I got some visual aids and all to explain the thought process. And this is about, and what do you call it? Kayla's thoughts as well. Kayla's thoughts, Kayla's prayers. Again, this is all in fun and games.
But yeah, there was like no real point of it. Like I got to the end of the movie and I was like, what? We had like 5 scenes with the Indominus Rex in.
D-Rex.
D-Rex, whatever. We had 5 scenes with the D-Rex in it. And, okay, maybe more. Count them, homework, count them. But, like, for me, there wasn't a point to it. What was the point of it? For 5 seconds of it eating someone in the beginning, and then, like, it
which honestly was a pretty good horror section. Especially him being like, please open it for me. And that actually was a good horror section.
That was
maybe the whole movie was it. Like, they could have done 2 movies out of this. And the whole first movie was the build-up towards that. Them creating the mutant ones, and all, like, messing around with genes, then creating, and then watching, like, Splice. If anyone's ever watched the movie Splice, and like, watching the thing, like, grow up in a way.
Yeah, that's too creepy for me.
Yeah, it's a dodgy movie at the end. But if they watched it, like, if we kept watching the build up to it, and then it ending off maybe with, or at least doing more than just the first scene. Because the first scene was perfect, honestly, to me, when it comes to the horror aspect of it all. The Snickers, big Snickers, I want to know how much Snickers paid for them to be the reason.
In our opinion.
In Minecraft, allegedly, in Minecraft. But that was actually true horror for me, especially him being like, please open it for me.
That was such a good start. But the thing is, they were doing too much for me. Because they were talking about, like, the mutant island. Yeah, cool. Then let it be about the mutants. Not about all these big dinosaurs that they need to get for their project. Let it be about the mutant dinosaurs specifically. Yeah.
Because we didn't even need the T-Rex. We could have just had a T-Rex at the end.
Yeah.
They could have just brought back a mutant T-Rex, like a T-Rex mixed with a Spinosaurus or something like that. Yeah. Or a T-Rex the size of a long neck. I can't remember. Brachiosaurus?
Yeah.
Bronchosaurus? I just always know long neck because a little foot, like my fellow land before time enjoyers. But they could have done. You could have taken out the no. Now you said Indominus, so now it's in my head. T-Rex and all. They could have taken it out and replaced it with the Tyrannosaurus, and it's the same movie. It's basically the same movie, especially because there was like size issues and all with it. Because you see, okay, it's huge because of the helicopter thing, but then the way it like ate Krebs and all that, it was so like it looked smaller. And I think other people noticed, and all, because I think that's what put it in my brain, and all, other people have noticed this. So if you do hear something that like, oh, I've heard this before, it's because I've watched edits on TikTok, I've read comments, I watched Amanda the Jedi's video, and I read the comments from that video, so I do probably have other people's thoughts bouncing about in my brain. So I'm trying to have an original thought, but at the same time, if something sounds familiar, it could be because I heard it from something, and it's just bouncing in my head. Hopefully I am being original. But yeah, so it's basically, if you take her out, I assume gender, because a lot of the dinosaurs are meant to be women, and all girl power. What do you call it? But if you take her out, replace her with any other like carnivorous dinosaur, and it would have ended the same. You could have just ended it off with the raptor pterodactyls and all that chasing them towards the boat, and it would have been the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so visual aids. And also, this is like the small ways that they could have hinted at the T-Rex existing, because they did nothing. As we said, like, we as the audience know about it, but obviously the characters didn't know about it, and it just sort of appeared.
I was waiting so long for it to do something.
Yeah, to start picking them off or something like that. That could have also been something. Or at least, like, so that's why this is the small ways they could have brought it up. And also, like, footprints. Like, when we first get on the island, there's already, I think it was Loomis or Krebs, one of them noticed a giant footprint. And that could have been from any dinosaur, but if they made it, like, weird, and like we were talking about it, and where it was, like, if they, like, someone being like, but if it was someone being like, hey, what's the fuck made this thing? And this is huge. What kind of dinosaur is this? And like the doctor comes and they're like, hey doc, come check this. And what dinosaur made this thing? And it's too fucking huge. And then so he's just like, well, it could be like a T-Rex, or with like the size, it could also be this. It could be like starts like being like, but the shape is odd, so it can't really be that. And then like Krebs being like, who the fuck cares? And let's go. And or like someone being like, let's get away before, like one of the smart characters like Zora, and being like, how about we leave the area before it comes back? Or I don't care what dinosaur, let's leave before it comes back. We could have done something like that, like little things to prove that, because I know it was probably like a bitch of a CGI to have to like keep it like prowling around. So I get that, but they didn't have to just explicitly have it there. You could have little bits and bobs and all to story to add it into the story without having to like explicitly have it there. And so like footprints, the broken things. So like trees, broken tree, like having like trees broken down and being like, but it's at weird shapes, and it's not really like proper like shapes where it could just be like, oh, it could be a long neck bronchiosaurus, and it could be like one of those, or it could be like something like it's like a lot of broken down trees, because the thing's meant to be huge. It's not gonna be graceful through the trees, and unless it like moves the trees around, it uses its opposable thumbs to move the trees around. And like I don't think it has opposable thumbs. You know, guys, what I'm saying. And unless it like pushes the trees around, but even then, it would be broken in like weird shapes if it uses too much force. And then with the helicopter as well, with the helicopter crash, they have that old helicopter thing, and where that's where Krebs gets the gun from, and where they have that the older helicopter thing. If they just made it look like something big, like bigger than a T-Rex, something like weirder, and like took it apart. If they made it a bigger thing, and where it's where like it looked like something like tore through it, because we've already seen that it can take down a helicopter. So if it looked like something tore it up, not just look like it was just a regular crash. And then like the Lair and Gone, like I don't know how many people have if you guys have watched The Ritual, I know there's a lot of like There and Gone. It's a movie on Netflix and all that. But there's a lot of There and Gone shots and like shadow usage, and where they could have had like a shadow lurking, or like when someone looked back, and like you could have even just used the child, and because the children are going to be scared anyway, the child and the teenager, like someone's going to be scared anyway, and especially the family, because they're just a regular family, they're not like trained spec ops or something like that, so they're going to like jump at everything. So if like maybe over the shoulder sometimes there was like a weird shape in the distance, and then or if they do like a there and back, like what do you call it, one of the kids looking like the child looking back and like seeing like the shape of it, and then being like, and then trying to grab someone, and then when they finally look, it's not there anymore, because then we can just blame it on, oh, it's a kid, and like kid like looking around, and it's a kid being scared at their own shadow, like little things, and you don't have to use the whole thing. You could just get a cardboard cutout in the shape and just darken the screen for that section, and you could just literally like darken the screen for it. And then like the carcasses, like if we had like carcasses or dino bones, and like big dinos, and like the long necks or T-Rex, and having like them like about
Titanosaurus that they were after.
Yeah, the Titanosaurus and all, because we're already focusing on big dino. We're already focusing big dino, and also if we found some dead big dinos, and then it would be like, okay, so what's gonna kill? Because as far as we know, a T-Rex doesn't kill like a long neck, and we haven't seen a T-Rex kill a long neck, and all. So if they have like the T-Rex kill, like if they had like a dead long neck, and like when the Dominus Rex in the first Jurassic World, and the way it started like killing things, but that was killing for sport. But at the same time, if we had like a bunch of dead like bronciosauruses or the Titanosauruses, and because this thing's meant to be huge, like larger than life, because of the way the scale of it looks, like it's meant to be like around the same size as like a long neck, and or like the Titanosaur, and all.
Yeah, so if you have like a strong male that's dead, because normally like if T-Rexes attack those giant creatures, they would have gone for the weak and the young. So if you've got like a strong male that has been, because we know they genetically figured out how to turn themselves into males. If you had that dead, and they were like, but who would kill that? This would require a team of T-Rex or whatever.
Yeah, so like something like that, like have big bone or like giant bones, like have one of have a fucking the swimming one,
the water one, like have them been pulled onto land.
Yeah, because we don't know how as well, because it's got like multiple arms, so it could like grab something, or like even the Spinosauruses are pretty big, and all those ones look pretty big, and all if there was like a bunch of dead ones, and all because what's killing this thing, and all it's one of those things where it's like you could have built up so much story just from like practical effects, and all of just bones lying about, and all like big thing or like a big carcass, even if you want to go with like a fresh big carcass of like I think it's a Mimosasaurus. It's the one that looks kind of like a whale that was hunting them in the beginning, and the water one that was working with the Spinosauruses. I think it's a Mimosasaurus. Or Mimosasaur, something like that. I should have written this down. I know, unscripted, guys. This is unscripted. This is unscripted ADHD. But something like that. You guys see the vibe. You guys see the vision. And then so this is my Lost World like inspiration of how we could have also done this, where instead of like it's a small team, we like had a big team, like in the first movie, like in Lost World, where they had a big team, and we just start and the D-Rex start picking them off. Like we start with like let's say like 50 people, and then we as things go on, they're like wait we did a head count, we're like missing 10. And we're missing 10, and then like so it's because the
screams in the distance.
Yeah, or like screams in the distance, but where the long grass? And also it's like we could have had or like multiple teams, and like they're like team A, team B, team
competing companies.
Yeah, competing companies that could have also worked as well. Where it's like them getting picked off and them seeing each other. It's like, oh, you're killing my men. No, you're killing my men. And then
did you hear your elbow just click?
my bones are boning. If you didn't notice, you guys don't know because obviously this is I'm too lazy for on-camera stuff. No, but I pointed and also like I just hit my headphones. What do you call it? I pointed and all where it's like where it's the Spider-Man meme.
The two ADHD people in a room.
What do you call it? Where it's like that Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other and all like you killed my team. No, you killed my team. And I turn and then it's like
and then the Dominus Rex is like pops up in the background.
No, D-Rex.
D-Rex.
And Dominus is the first movie.
I'm gonna keep doing that, I'm sorry.
Assume now, I'm gonna correct her, but like assume now, whenever she says Indominus, she's meant the D-Rex. I think it's Distortionist Rex or something like that. I don't know what the full...
Okay, but like imagine if they were doing that like Spider-Man, like pointing at each other, you're killing my team, and then Dominus, and the D-Rex just like pops up in the background, and the little girl's like, and like tapping her sister to be like, there's something, and everyone's like, no, shh, we're trying to not get shot. And then...
Yeah, because they also could have like done like because they never split up the family, and they should have like split it up where like maybe some of the team for the Parkogenics team are mixed with like the family's team, and they could have like mixed them up because it feels like because it's like there's too much room for error of we could just leave the children, we could just leave them behind, and there's too much room for error on that, they have no like reason to really find each other.
It was like the dad and the boyfriend with like the doctor and them, and what's the guy that had a child that died?
I think that's
not LaCroix, the other guy.
LaCroix? Leclerc?
Kincaid, yes, I love that actor.
LaCroix!
I've been watching too much American things.
Leclerc?
If Leclerc and Kincaid were the dad and the boyfriend, because I think the dad and the boyfriend being separated would have been entertaining, and the two girls were with Zora and Krebs, and the doctor could be with either team, I don't care. That would have been interesting because you would have had Zora or even if Krebs was with Kincaid and the little girls, because then you've got Krebs trying to look after
remember
them.
the girls and all with he let the teenager go into the water?
No. That Kincaid and Krebs, because Krebs is the bad guy and Kincaid had the child. So Kincaid is spending, sorry, I'm confusing the case. So Kincaid is spending the whole time keeping these girls alive and Krebs is trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, but with the girls want to work with them because she knows that he let her go into the water, and the teenager let her.
Surely they would have trusted Kincaid. Or even if Zora's with Kincaid and...
Yeah, because they did switch up on it. Like, they're already switching up on him. But they did do the switch up once they learned that he let her go into the water. And all that. It was, like, extra evil. And all that. So, like, it would make sense. Like, they would be like... Well, Kincaid would be like, okay, yeah, you can stay away from the me-man. You stay the fuck over there. And all you stay away from the me-man. Stay away from the me-man. But yeah, that's like the inspiration one thinking with the Lost World inspirations is to have like either two teams that each of them are getting picked off and thinking it's the other team, and two rivals and rival pharmaceutical things, and or to have like one big team working for Parkogenics, because they're billionaires and all, so they can afford big teams of expendable spec ops, and so they could have gotten like big teams. They could have paid off whatever governments is meant to be patrolling the area, and they could have paid them off. If they're billionaires, they could pay them off, and so they could have had like a giant team, and like the Lost World, and have them be picked off or like even split up, and have the Spinosaurus thing and have them all split up into multiple little teams, and we'll try to meet each other in the middle, and we'll try to meet everyone knows, okay, let's meet in the middle, and we'll meet up where the petrol station where the petrol station lab thing is, and we'll trying to meet up at that spot, and then everyone's getting picked off. Like, it could be the whole team got picked off, and each team's getting picked up at a time, and until like it's the main few that we're meant to care about, and that are in the middle, and then D-Rex, and it's like, why there's so few of us, and then D-Rex. You got the vibes. The vision. Okay, and then, like, I don't think they did much with the D-Rex territory. Now, the D-Rex is on the screen, so remember to double-check before you say Indominus. Okay.
I'm still looking at D-Rex on the screen and saying Indominus.
Yeah. So this is the vibes, because, again, they didn't do much. This is part of, like, the way they could do set dressing, and all of the way the vibes, because it seems like it wants to stick around, like, where the petrol station area is, and where the lab, because we saw it inside its cage for the laboratory, and so it seems to stick around that section.
That was a good scene, though, I must say.
Yeah, it showed, like, the bigness of it.
Yeah.
I know how little, I think it was Loomis. No, yeah, Loomis was in it. And showed how, like, little he looks and how big that thing is, even with the cage and how big it is.
That was a good scene.
Yeah, so that was, like, a good scene. And every time it was in a lab, it was apparently a good scene. Because it was that section and then the original bit. And because we could have...
The boyfriend peeing was also a good scene.
No, I mean, like, the D-Rex scene.
Yeah.
The D-Rexes. And whatchamacallit, or it also could have been like things chasing them, and then like the deer, and then like something grabbing it, like whatever monster. It's like, oh, it stopped chasing us, and then it's just sort of like, and then you see the thing, whatever.
So like the
dinosaur like getting dragged off.
So like even the T-Rex, when the T-Rex is busy chasing the family, when they're trying to get in that floaty thing.
Oh, it was playing with them. I don't think it was like a cat. What's it?
Yeah, well, the point is that they're being thingied, and they think they get away. Meanwhile, the T-Rex has been eaten by the D-Rex.
Yeah, something like that. Because it has a lot of arms, so it could just grab something and hold it, and something like that. Or even like the raptor thing. Another way to introduce it was one of those raptorosauruses, and flying raptors, and all. If one of them got like plucked out, if like, oh, it's why is it so quiet? And all, and it's you get like a half-eaten version of it like left on the ground.
Yeah.
And all, or like you see the D-Rex holding it and eating it. And or something like that. That could have also worked. But this is what I'm talking about, like the vibes and all, like the bone graveyard and all between, like talking about like, oh, the dead carcasses or bones left around to indicate that there's something big and it's hunting things and it's hunting big carnivores. And also this is like the vibes that I'm going with, where if like let's say when the both teams and or either whether it's one team or both teams getting chased to where that petrol station is, where they all ended up meeting up, and let's say either or, whether it's both teams or one team, and we're getting chased, but someone's getting chased. Two meets out and they meet up at that spot, but on the edge of the spot where they're getting chased to, and the whatever dino was chasing them, like the flying raptors, and if the dinos were chasing them, and that stopped in its tracks once it hits the spot because it's scared of something bigger, because its prey is right there, fit for the taking, but it doesn't want to come near. And it's like stuck in its spot, and it runs away. And that could have also like worked where it's like, because obviously something's not going to go into the territory of something bigger that could kill it.
It didn't make sense about that. Those raptorosauruses being around there at the petrol station, because naturally they shouldn't want to be there if the D-Rex is prowling around.
Yeah, they'd want to stay away from the territory of something that could hunt them. Because obviously you're not going to go into if you know there's a bear in the area, let's say there's a bear in the area, and you're not going to go, unless you're stupid, and you're not going to go into the bear's den. And or if you know there's a pack of wolves, and you're not going to go into the wolves' den if you're smart enough. And it's obviously they're going to see outweigh, okay, letting the prey go, or getting possibly eaten by something that's actively might be hunting me. And there's something that predator turning prey, and all that kind of thing. If we had like that kind of moment where they're like, they stop and they're like, yeah, no, I don't want to be turned into chow. Or if they had like where it's the let's say the raptor pterodactyls were that stupid, and in the area, and they had that scene where they're like trying to like keep it out, they're trying to hold the door, keep it out, and then it's just quiet. And they're like, okay, let's go check. And like the survivors are like, okay, let's go check. And then like it's half eaten on the ground, or like there's a trail of blood like getting like dragged over, dripping off, and it's something like that. Or like a huge bone graveyard, like I talked about with the carcasses and all. Like at least if they're not willing to go through like the big effort of it, and it'll have like the bones laying about, have big bones, something, and it'll just give me something. Do something with the D-Rex. She's underappreciated.
Yeah, if that little dinosaur that was the little girl's pet was scared to be around there because it's so tiny, of course it's going to be scared of the D-Rex, and that little dinosaur should have attacked that girl. Honestly,
yeah, we were hoping that was going to turn, like, be like, oh, I'm just so small and innocent, and I will like eat her face while she's sleeping or something like that. That would have been funny.
Cute, gets it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, the Merchosaurus.
But no,
they really just wanted a plushie, a nice little marketable plush. I want a D-Rex plush. It's kind of cute looking. Even though it looks a lot like I've been like it reminds me a lot of what are those? Alien, and also Alien vs Predator. It's just the head. Something about the head gives like Alien vs Predator kind of thing. So yeah, this is these are our ramblings. These are just, again, silly little ha-has. And this is just me being a silly little guy. Yeah, in my opinion, allegedly in Minecraft. And this is just me being a silly little guy, us being silly little guys. And this is not to be taken like super seriously. This is not like, so don't come after me. And if you guys are like, this is the best movie, this is one of their best movies. Honestly, out of the Jurassic Worlds, it's a solid like 2. And to me, 2 on the scale. I like the first one. And then this one can come second, but it's actually being treated like a horror movie. And when we do see a nice amount of dinos, but again, she's not D-Rex, not represented enough. And you could take her out, replace her with a T-Rex, and it would work. And she's not like her like general spookiness, and it isn't appreciated enough. And it isn't used to its fullest potential. And so yeah, these are just my silly little guy opinions, our silly little guy opinions. Don't take it too seriously. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this. The other Wednesday videos will either be me playing another game that's not Stardew, and because currently I have Monday is co-op, Friday is Yapping, Perfection and Yappings. And also once I'm done with what I'm doing with my solo Perfection, I'm going to move on to the other Perfection farms. And it's going to be, so Wednesday is going to be my little variety day. And also it's either going to be other games, or it's going to be me talking about my hyperfixations, either in the form of a slideshow, another slideshow, or it's going to be me putting up a picture, like one of my little drawings. And I hope you guys like this one. I try to theme it to like the vibes of the Rebirth poster and all that. So I'm hoping you guys think it's kind of cute. I was hoping it'd be like mutated-y vibes, like a spratling that's mutated, a little yapling that's mutated, and I'm hoping you guys think it's cute. But yeah, it's going to be either PowerPoint or it's me either drawing a picture or taking a picture of whatever I'm yapping about and putting that up there and treating like a podcast. Ultimately, it's going to be podcasty. And also, you don't really even have to look at, unless you want the visuals, you don't even really have to look at my slideshows and all that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm hoping you guys think this is fun. And all this is all in good fun again. This is all just me being a silly little guy. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And all that. I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy the Wednesday videos and all that. I know a lot of you guys probably like cared more about my Stardew related videos. But I'm hoping you guys enjoy the Wednesday videos when I post the Wednesday videos. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye.